Okay. Well, I've got a second generation BMW. All of them would be the same. This happens to be a 2009. And I had it in for a checkup, one of its last certified pre-owned checkups. And it doesn't cover running lights. There's an awful lot of stuff that you'd think would be covered in certified pre-owned that isn't. So you can see the daytime running light has this little band around both of these lights. This one's on, this one's off. And so BMW wanted to do this for the tidy sum of 170 bucks. And YouTube has saved me a lot of money, so I thought I'd kind of return the favor. So before you spend 170 bucks on replacing a front daytime running light on a BMW, take a look at whether or not you want to spend 14 bucks at AutoZone. It happens to be an H8 bulb, $14. And let's see whether it was worth trying to do this ourselves or not. So we may as well figure out how long it takes. So I'll get a little stopwatch running now. I'll put that up here. And the daytime running lights have just this little enclosure here that snaps out like that. And then the bulb is a little counterclockwise turn. Helps to have smaller hands, but that's the bulb. And the little tiny harness on it has two little sides that are pretty easy to figure out. And I know this is going to be impossible to see on the camera. But after you remove that little tiny harness that just is on these two little prongs on each side, it just snaps right out of it. If you want to try and get a shot of what that little tiny harness looks like, it's a little tight, but it's just a little tiny harness, if you can see that. And so now I'll just take the new bulb. The German bulb even says H8 on the back of it here, H8. H8 for good measure. In fact, they're the same manufacturer of bulbs, Osram. You don't want to touch the outside of a bulb with your hand, okay? You don't want to do that. And here we'll just snap this right back on. So just that quick, you could hear the little snap in place. Then just position the bulb again without touching it in the little hole it was in. Jog it right back in. And it was a little tiny left-hand turn to go out, so it's a little right-hand turn to go back in. And just like that, the bulb is seated in place. Take the cap, put it back on. We're 2 minutes and 50 seconds and counting. So that took less than 3 minutes to do, and the 10 minutes it took to go in and out of the AutoZone, and that's 15 bucks in less than 15 minutes of your time, 3 minutes of actual time to change the bulb. So don't spend 170 bucks.